Welcome to Real Girl Talk. I am your host, Sherry Ricard. I empower women to stand in their purpose, to succeed despite the odds stacked against them, and to live their life knowing they're enough and worthy. Join me each week for powerful messages and interviews that will inspire you to create the life that you want. Now let's go. Hello there, my friends, and good morning. It's Sherry Ricard, your host of Real Girl Talk podcast show. So glad to have you back listening today because I have a special treat. Every day's a special treat, right? Every week you come on, I tell you it's a special treat because it is. I put everything I can into these podcast shows because I want to share the latest and greatest with you. And today it's going to be 8 tips on how to grow your Instagram following really quickly. Like I'm guaranteeing you 100 followers in a week if you follow these 8 tips. Instagram with over 1 billion active users. It's definitely a well-loved social media outlet. We all know that. We know having a larger Instagram following can mean more sales for your business, more views on your blog, and a stronger community for your brand. But how in the world do these people have thousands of Instagram followers and you haven't caught up yet? Well, today I'm going to tell you some actionable tips to help you grow your Instagram following. Are you ready? Number 1, grab your pen and paper. Like photos in your niche. What does that mean? Well, for a year, I was a member of Social Curator, which is ran by Jasmine Star. She's very well known in the social media world. Her, along with a few other marketing coaches, all have something in common. They will tell you to go through and like 5 to 10 photos on someone else's account. It would also help to leave a genuine comment and give them a follow. This helps to get your name out there and allows other users to discover who you are. I'd also suggest doing this primarily to users that are in your niche. So how do you find users in your niche? Check hashtags. Hashtags are perfect for this. So for instance, I am going to use hashtags for women empowerment, inspirational women, women business, empowerment is beauty, which is my Instagram page. So if you haven't started following me yet, stop right where you are and do that right now. I also use the hashtag empowerment is beauty. So you want to find some hashtags that are in your niche and you begin following and favoring those Instagram users as well. But listen, be very authentic. Don't be spammy. Ain't nobody got time for spammy. So if you're leaving a comment and you're liking a photo, be genuine about it. Number 2, you're going to socialize. It ain't called social media for nothing. You have to socialize on social media. Respond to comments that you receive and leave comments of your own on others' work. Rather than something stale like cute dress, like your feed, we get those all the time. Try to leave a genuine comment or maybe even ask a question that encourages someone to post more photos or encourages someone to answer you. I love feedback on my Instagram. And hey, can we just stop a minute? Because if you're not following me on Instagram, well, what's up? Empowerment is beauty is my Instagram handle, not Real Girl Talk. Empowerment is beauty. So stop right now, go to your Instagram, follow Empowerment is Beauty, and leave me a message. Shoot me a DM. I usually get to those every 2 or 3 days. I answer all of my direct messages. So please leave me a message. Any feedback, I'm going to get back to you. Tip number 3. Create a hashtag. Remember, we talked about that. Create a hashtag and encourage others to use it too. This is a great way to build a community and gain new content for your account. First of all, create a unique hashtag. Like I said, I use hashtag empowerment is beauty because it is my handle name, but make sure it's not already being used over and over. That doesn't mean that you can't use someone else's. Like I know that there is a book called Believe Bigger but I've been hashtagging Believe Bigger way before the book came out. So just because someone else uses it doesn't mean that you can't, but you want to create a hashtag of your own, or maybe has a small following if you're going to continually use that over and over. You can even ask other people if it's okay for you to use their hashtag. There's nothing wrong with that. It works best if the hashtag, though, has a specific purpose. So, for example, A Beautiful Mess encourages followers to use ABML, Life is Colorful, and all of their colorful, happy photos. So they hashtag over and over, and they ask other people to use those hashtags. Once people start using your hashtag and you use it too, then you can repost images from your followers, giving them proper credit, of course. Not only does this build a community by showing your followers that you appreciate their photos, but it also gives you content for your own account. In other words, when someone posts a picture of themselves or something with my book in the background, for instance, Strong Women or Wake Up Call, A Mother's Grief Journey, or a how-to book, anything that you want to use in a photo on your Instagram, make sure that you're giving credit to the photo that it belongs to. And that is tip number 3. We're going to move right along to tip number 4. And it is one of my favorite tips, actually. Use your Instagram stories. Believe it or not, Instagram stories are rapidly growing in popularity. Over 400 million daily users are using Instagram stories. Many users even report that they just love watching the stories more than that endless scroll of going through other people's feeds. They get creative with their stories. They do a lot of background of their work, behind the scenes. If they're a photographer, I always love to watch, in particular, and I'm just going to give her a shout out, Lips by Savon. I've had her on my podcast. If you go to her Instagram story, she is so cool how she puts her clients before and after pictures. I mean, directly after she's injected their lips and their jawlines and their cheeks. Ouch. But she does. And it's really cool. It's really cool. You get to see what she does. You get to see her clients, and she's not the only one. I like to use Instagram stories just to walk through my everyday life. Of course, we don't put everything on there, but it's kind of cool. People like to see what you're doing behind the scenes. Sometimes I put thank yous on there. I may do a little photos of me doing a live podcast show or Facebook Live. It's just fun to kind of see people's personal life behind the scenes, because we always put all the pretty pics on the feed, right? So use your Instagram stories. It's an amazing way to get started, just comfortable using video and connect with your followers, even if it's not in a really deep way, if you're just looking behind the scenes. Number 5 tip, encourage your followers to take action. So what does this mean? As simple as it sounds, people are more likely to do something if you just ask them to do it. So ask them a question. If you're posting something on your feed, ask a question in the caption to get people to interact with you and answer you. But you have to really want to know the answer to the question. Anytime I'm asking a question, I really want to hear what everybody has to say. So you could even share a quote, ask them to like the photo if they agree with it, that you can ask them to share something funny or relatable to that quote. Ask your followers to tag a friend. That way, those friends can be introduced to your Instagram as well. Always ask open-ended questions. If you put an idea out there, it will just encourage your followers to act accordingly. Pretty simple, short and sweet. Moving on to tip number 6, geotag your photos. What the heck does that mean? It means posting a photo that is at a really cool restaurant, or maybe in a city that you're visiting. You can put a geography tag on it. That's what a geotag is. I'm learning all this lingo, guys. You know what? I may be in my 50s, but my son's 18. He keeps me super, super young. Other people that use that geotag can see your photo and potentially follow you since you were exactly where they were, or you have something in common, like that French toast that you had last weekend at this really cool French restaurant while you were in Paris. Hey, I want to see that. So, in case you're confused, geotagging your photos means just tag the location. Pretty easy. When you take a picture, you're going to see at the top part of that picture, it'll have a location. That's where you put your location. And listen, if you're at a restaurant and you really love the food or the desserts or whatever, if you're at a pastry shop and you love the cupcakes, that restaurant really appreciates that tag. I promise you they do. If you're at an event, you can tag the event that you're at. They love that. They love it. All right, we're moving on to tip number 7. It's going to be a quick podcast because we have 8 tips. I could have done 15, but seriously, are we going to do 15 tips on Instagram and social media? No, we're probably not. So I'm giving you 8 of the biggest tips that some of the biggest marketers use that are social media marketers. Tip number 7, link your Instagram account to your other networks. If you have a blog, if you have a Twitter or a Facebook, then you may just assume that your people are already following you on every platform. Well, I'm going to give you a hint. They probably aren't. A lot of you listening may be on my Facebook, Empowerment is Beauty, and you didn't know I had an Instagram, Empowerment is Beauty, or vice versa. Now you do. You can follow me in both places. A Facebook post just encouraging them to follow you on your Instagram. It will actually reel in more followers than you think by doing that. Just let them know what your other platforms are. This will help your followers on other networks discover your Instagram and proceed to follow you there as well. Bet you didn't think of that. Tip number 8, and this is my last tip for the day. Approach popular users to collaborate. This is thinking outside the box, guys. I have not done this before, but I have thought about doing it, and it is very popular. Ask another Instagrammer in your niche if you can take over their account. Whoo, that's kind of scary, right? So you want to make sure that you trust them and that you like their content as well, and you like how they sound. I don't think that I would give back use of my Instagram to anyone that just lays out F-bombs, if you follow me. I'm not saying that I don't cuss. I'm just saying I'm not doing it on social media. It's not cool. We're ladies, right? We're ladies first. So you can ask a guest contributor to take over your Instagram for the day. Instagram story takeovers are actually a blast from what I hear, and they can dramatically grow your following pretty fast. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you can start an Instagram challenge with daily prompts. Ultimately, just think of it as fun. Have fun with it. Be creative. Collaborate with others. That's what it's all about. So I hope that you enjoyed this really quick podcast on how to grow your Instagram following. I am going to tell you this, and I'm going to make you a promise. If you follow these 8 tips every single day, I hate to put a guarantee on something, but I almost want to put a guarantee right here that you will grow your Instagram following by 100 people in a week. You could seriously do that. Now, I will also tell you, if you are really big in Instagram and growing your following, and you're one of those that follow, unfollow, what are you doing? Nobody likes that. It's not authentic. It's not genuine. It's not real. There's no place for you on Instagram. I'm sorry. I can tell you that I get hundreds of followers. And if I don't follow them back, I will have at least 80% of those unfollow me. And that is completely cool with me, because if you're not following me for genuine purposes, you don't want to be inspired, you don't want to see what events that I'm holding or where I am or what I'm doing, or you don't want to hear about Purpose to Profits Writer's Roadmap course or whatever I'm posting on my Instagram, if you're not there to actually be encouraged and be educated and learn how to grow a community yourself, then you really don't belong as one of my followers. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Because if you're just following people to try to get them to follow you back, you're missing it. You're completely missing it. The people that follow you back are actually going to be the ones that you want to keep. If you're unfollowing someone because they're not following you back, you're missing the boat. You're missing the whole purpose of Instagram, which is to grow your business, grow your community, connect with other like-minded people that are in your niche and in your arena and in your genre. That's what it's all about. So I hope this was helpful, guys. And I am going to remind you again about the Purpose to Profits roadmap, writer's roadmap. Go to purposetoprofits.teachable.com. There are 2 courses there. One is the mini course, one is the master course. You're welcome to enroll in either one. I will tell you that the master course will be going away March 8th. And that is because everyone that is already enrolled is expecting my undivided attention in helping them get their book published successfully and marketed out there in the world so that they can build their credibility and influence in their genre. And in order for me to do that, I will have to take down the course on the 8th so I can concentrate in our private Facebook community, Purpose to Profits. So get in while you can. You're more than welcome. We want you to be part of our community. Again, purposetoprofits.teachable.com. And we welcome you into the group. And until next week, remember to keep your encouragement tank full. I always tell you this. I always sign off with this because it is genuine and it comes from the heart. I want you to keep your faith in God and step out of your comfort zone this week. Conquer those fears. Be involved in something that you've never done before. Whatever's holding you back, go out there and create the life that you've always wanted.